After spending a full day recovering from food poisoning, Eagle sets to improve her base. She doesn't know how long she'll be here, but she wants her quality of life to be the highest it can. Later that day, her rice crop begins to yield. Once she's harvested it all, she begins working on the next batch. Eagle spends the rest of the day gathering resources for her coming projects. Eagle notices that the temperatures have been increasing over the past few days. She begins growing smoke leaf in the morning. Not only will this be a good relaxing drug to have, but she could also sell it. Who knows, maybe one day Eagle will have her own little drug empire. When she's done, she decides doing a little bit of research and base maintenance would help her for the coming days. In the morning, Eagle begins working on a new storage and workshop area. She's tired of all the clutter in her room, and this will also help for future base expansion. When she's done, she begins noticing signs of heat stroke. She needs to come up with a plan of action soon, or she may die. She plans to kill some creatures that wouldn't attack her, and would be simple to kill. She decides on the alpaca, even though they're all cute and fluffy. For Eagle, they're really just clothes and a fine meal at the end of the day. She doesn't get too much hunting done since the night draws near, and she decides going home and getting a rest so that she can hunt these animals all day is a better plan. Her heat stroke gets worse. She spends her morning hunting the first alpaca. The alpaca yields 20 units of leather. She would only need 40 more, so 2 more alpaca to kill before she could have her first tribal wear, which would really insulate her from the heat. The second alpaca also yields 20 units. Just 1 more alpaca and she'll have her full tribal wear ready. Things take a bad turn. The alpaca only yielded 18 units, just 2 shy of the tribal wear. And Eagle's heat stroke gets worse throughout the night. The next few days were a haze. Eagle was unsure of her surroundings and kept getting up and collapsing multiple times. The heat had finally gotten her, and her mental status wasn't great either. Things were looking bleak. Late at night, she got a transmission from a nearby refugee. He was looking for shelter and would work for the colony. Given their current situation and no real good outcome, Eagle chose to host the refugee for the next few days. Looking at his skills, he would be very useful, as he's very proficient in combat and construction. Eagle's heat stroke reaches a breaking point. She'll need immediate action soon or she'll die. Jackal moves Eagle outside as it's cooler in the morning. He finally works on getting the last alpaca so he can finish Eagle's reign of terror over the alpacas, get that last piece of cloth so that he can make her the tribal wear. As Shackle comes up with a plan, he moves Eagle inside since the indoor temperatures are now cooler. After feeding everyone, he starts to get to work on the tribal wear for Eagle. Early the next day, he completes the tribal wear and moves Eagle outside once again to protect her from getting worse heat stroke. She finally recovers and puts on the tribal wear. The days of terror and heat are finally over for her. After recovering, she begins working on the rice plants. As Shackle helps her collect all the rice, Holder comes down with a case of fibrous mechanites. This will put a further strain on the medicine supply in the colony. After the perils of the last few days, Eagle relaxes and can finally look towards the future with a glimmer of hope in her eyes.